Welcome. My name is Morris Adams, your host for Empowering Voices. Today we have an amazing program. For some of you, it's going to remind you of when you played in the dirt. For others, it's going to remind you of what your grandparents did when they worked the dirt. We're at Rialto Community Garden, and I want you to come in with me and see what they do in here. It's a fantastic place, and I think you're going to find some amazing things. I'm here with Amy Crow, our garden manager. It's such a lovely day and a lovely person to talk to. I just want to bring you into the garden, let you learn a few things, let you experience a few things. Amy, how are you doing?
I'm good, Morris. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. I want to start off with a question that a lot of people are going to be asking. What is a community garden?
Well, a community garden is a place where people with gardening interests come together. They plant their passion, whether it's vegetables, whether it's flowers, but they all enjoy the same type of outdoor activity.
How long have the community gardens been in existence?
Well, our first garden started a little over 20 years ago at Grace Lutheran Church. They have the plot of land that they were willing to let the city utilize for our first community garden.
So now you said first community garden, which brings us to our fourth question. And I really appreciate speaking with you because you make my responsibility so easy. How many gardens do you have?
The city currently has 3 operating community gardens.
And are there any plans to enlarge or to increase the numbers?
Well, there's always a need to add additional locations. We currently have the 3 working gardens. They are all filled to capacity. So yes, there's always the potential to expand new locations, or if there's space available at the current gardens, we can always do that as well.
So you say they're filled to capacity, meaning that the number of occupants or people participating in gardening you're complete in the numbers?
That's correct. All plots have been rented by the gardeners that I currently have on my list.
Do you have any idea how many people are involved in the gardens at this time?
I would say 115 to 120 actual gardeners.
Wow, that's a lot of people finding joy.
Yeah, that it is.
Well, now, when you have 150 people, there has to be somebody who knows a little bit and someone who needs to know something. How do you learn what it is that you learn about gardening? I mean, where do you start? Did you just come in and start gardening?
A lot of gardeners come in with a little bit of knowledge, but those that have no expertise and no knowledge at all can also garden. We do have a great group of master gardeners that work out of one of our locations, and they are great resources for new gardeners.
Okay, now when you said master gardeners, you brought me to the next part of our interview session, and I want to bring the master gardeners in and have them explain what it is that they do.
I'm Tim Summers. I'm one of the master gardeners here at your Rialto garden. Just going over one of our beds. We had started this is starting of one of our winter sets. So we got some carrots in and some bok choy, some beets and some radishes. That's going to be starting. We're doing some finishing we have some winter still. This is going to be collards, and these are all collards in the Georgias. We have one plant left of the okra. We have 2 different kinds of eggplant which are still producing. We still have a couple of zucchinis that are producing, which we're getting ready to take out. And right behind where we just took them out, we have peas in, we have lettuce, and I'm getting ready to put in some large radishes so that we have crops going successfully year-round. So during the winter, we have winter crops out here that we can grow better than anywhere else. We do very well. And so we will have zucchini for probably another month. The lettuce will be up by then, the radishes will be up, and the carrots will be ready in about 90 days. So we will have them all through the time. And come on out so we can teach you how to make hoop houses in all your winter garden and summer garden and get it planted. We have 3 master gardeners here, and we're here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 o'clock till about 10 o'clock in the morning. And if you need me after that, give a call and I'll meet you up here and help you with what we can. So we really cover vegetable gardenings, landscape, and ornamentals and flowers, that kind of stuff. Any of those realms that are non-professional level, we'll be glad to cover for you. We work with UC Davis because we're with the Master Gardening for San Bernardino. And we are stationed here as your Master Gardeners here in Rialto.
You'll want to look up Tim and Lynn Summers, our Master Gardeners. They will help you produce a bountiful garden, a bountiful crops. Their knowledge is excellent and their ability to help you is tremendous. I want to bring in Lynn. She's going to give us a subject I think you're going to find amazing, and that is food preservation.
Okay, well, hello everyone. So one of the things that we do as a master food preserver is talk about all the stuff that you grow. So how many of you have, or how many times have you grown, let's say 50 pounds of zucchini, 100 pounds of zucchini? What would you do with all of that?
My eyes open up and my hands would have to release some of it because I don't have a 100-pound capacity to eat it.
So that's what the preserving is. So one of the things we've been teaching classes on exactly that. How do you take care of that excess produce? What would you do with it? And so what we do, we bring out our trusty dehydrator and we start talking about that. So we talk about, I'll turn this around, but this is a blueberry jam.
Yes.
So you can do jams. This is a simple syrup with pears. So can you imagine, I have cinnamon, I have cardamom, allspice, pears, and then it's just in a simple sugar. So you know those little Dale cups that you get that
Yes.
have, this is this. So if you have a tree that has apples, if you have pears, all you do is cut it up, make the simple sugar, and put it in there. Now these are all shelf stable. I put them and make them a water, we'll teach you how to do a water bath.
Yes. Now, are you saying that you did this with the food dehydrator?
No, I'm getting ready to show you what I'm gonna do with the food dehydrator.
Okay, all right.
This is all just on a water bath, so.
Okay. Just want to make sure we got that.
Now, this is what you like.
Wow.
So remember whenever I dehydrated some carrots, I made a soup, and it had a chicken bouillon base, and we had onions. What else do I have in here? It's just a vegetable soup mix. So we had quinoa, tomatoes, mushroom, carrots, cauliflower, and so this right here is your.
So basically, this is a medley of vegetables contained in here.
And all you have to do is pour water in it.
And you pour water in it, heat it, and you're going to have.
You'll have a vegetable soup.
A vegetable soup. Now, I got to say this. I was told that the most important person in a kitchen is not the chef who makes the entrees, it's the soup chef who makes the day, because he takes everything and makes something out of it. He gets paid more than the entree chef. And what you're doing here is you're making sure that nothing in the garden is wasted.
Correct.
Wow.
So with this, so you see the carrots, you can't see the onions, and there's some mushrooms in there, and believe it or not, we did that all, and we dried that all from here. So anything that we pull from the garden, we sit here and we put it in this.
Now, I got to tell you, I tasted one of these. I was amazed. I mean, literally amazed. You know how you get amazed when you be amazed for someone? I was amazed. I was simply off it. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so this is one of the things that we teach in these classes.
Yes.
So that's every third Saturday we're here. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays we're here during the day. And everything is usually about 9 o'clock. So I know that our Saturday classes are at 9. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So please come out. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays we are here at 8 o'clock in the morning until the last person leaves out of here, so it's usually about noon.
So you're telling me someone with a little bit of knowledge can come and get a lot of knowledge and do a lot of good with a little bit of vegetables or a lot of vegetables.
Yes.
Wow.
So I want to talk about one more thing, or a couple more things. So this right here.
Ooh, yes.
So this is dried oregano.
Yes.
So what ends up with dried oregano is two things. So you can have it, you can use fresh, you can dry it so that it keeps on the shelf, and you would dry it inside of your dehydrator. You can make teas with it.
Okay.
You can cook with it. So these are just some of the things that we try to make people start thinking about. It's the whole preservation, something that our grandparents did.
Yes. Yes.
That's where I learned this skill from, was from my grandparents, from my grandmother.
Yeah. So far you're making sure there's no waste.
Right.
And it's very efficient. Now, again, I just want to labor this issue. Someone who doesn't know anything about gardening can do this. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, this is not hard.
No, it's not hard. And the thing about it is we're here, so we would constantly help. And it's free. It's free. I didn't say that we're charging.
Wow.
It's free. You know how Oprah did? You got a car, well, this is free, free, free. All of this we teach you how to do is free.
Well, now if that's not an invitation, I don't know what is. Thank you. So what else are you going to show us?
So one of the classes we did it on tea. So how many people have
Chamomile?
chamomile? And we grow it. So you can use this. And so as you can see, chamomile, and you're just going to put it inside of, and so this was this month's class, which was about teas. What we did was showed how you can just do a couple different mixtures of teas.
You have your own tea bags?
You can do tea bags, you can, however you do loose teas, all of this stuff was grown out of the garden. So you would just do something similar to this.
Wow.
Pour it in there.
The calming solution, chamomile.
And so if you grew it, so can you imagine, since you grew it, you're using it for other things, and you can dry it and you can make your own tea.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm telling, now somebody's got to get excited about this because this is real. This is not just a thought. This is a come to life, performance here. This is real.
So how many people always have lemongrass?
Lemongrass, okay.
So you can do a lot of things that people do is use lemongrass for teas, and they cook with it.
My dad used lemongrass.
Right,
yes.
and so usually what they do is live, but you can sit here and dehydrate it, and
That's lemongrass.
so you can mix and match lemongrass with stinging nettle. You can do just different varieties of
Almost
things.
like you're making a medicine chest and you're having fun at the same time.
Correct, and it's all your herbs. So you can do that with lavender. You can do that with, this is another plant that we grow, and this is mullum. And I tell people, what's the benefits of growing it? So this is what I grow. This packet cost me $4. Okay.
All right.
This box of mullum, which is 18 tea bags, cost me $5. So can you imagine where the cost savings? So if I like Mullum tea, then I'm gonna sit here, I'll grow it, and then instead of going to the store and buying it, here it is right here.
So basically, Christmas gifts,
Yes,
birthday gifts,
yes.
and any other gift that you want. Wow.
So, you know, that is just something that whenever we're starting to talk about this, I like people to see where, oh, I'm crafty, so I can do this. I tell everybody, you know what, I make my own vanilla. So vanilla is very easy, we grow it. Vanilla is from an orchid.
You mean like the
The
vanilla,
vanilla bean is an
the one
orchid.
that costs a lot of money in the store?
Yes,
The one that you can buy one because you wish you could buy the other one?
yes,
You can actually grow a vanilla bean?
yes,
Well, let's put it this way. We can actually grow a vanilla bean?
yes,
They can actually grow a vanilla bean?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And then I have one more thing that I love talking about that people don't realize, because we're in the Mediterranean climate right here in the Inland Empire, is
Saffron.
saffron.
Wow.
So everybody realizes that saffron is extremely expensive, and usually for 5 or 6 strands it's what, $8, $9. So I'm getting ready to show you that we can grow it here. And they have the most gorgeous flowers. They're a lavender, but all you're doing is you're just picking the 3 little stems that are right there, and then boom,
You can grow this in the community garden.
you can grow it in the community garden, you can grow it at home, you can grow it in a pot 2 inches down, and boom, you will grow your own saffron.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Wow.
So matter of fact, I'm going to give you that, because you go throw it in the ground, and as long as you plant it, which is real easy, you plant it, because this is the bottom.
Yes.
This is already starting to protrude out, and you just put it down like that, cover it, and water it, and
2 inches down. Is it a 90-day produce?
no, it should come up shortly. I mean, it's going to take because it's already trying to sprout, you should see it before the end of November.
Okay. Wow, that's a really quick one. That's a quick
Yes.
turnaround. The average vegetable is 90 days in the ground.
Depends.
Uh-huh.
So you can do radishes, which are 27,
The
just
quickest.
really quick.
Yes.
You can do, and I know a couple people around here still have pumpkins in the ground, and those take any place between 75 to 95 days. We have at home 2 huge pumpkins that are 50 pounds. So that, it just depends. I tell everybody, and this is one of those things that we teach in class, make sure that you read the back of your packets,
Yes.
because it'll tell you exactly sprouts in 7 to 21 days, the temperature, how you should space it apart, how much sunlight, how many hours you want.
So now for somebody who's reading this, I want to read this with you. Hands-on instruction. Hands-on is very valuable when you are reading hands-on instruction.
The other thing that we teach along with that is emergency preparedness. Reason why? We're earthquake country, we're in flood country, we're in Santa Ana winds. All of this is just building on making sure that you're prepared at home.
Right, okay.
So that's a part of the master food preserving. And I'm going to give this little free tip, and this is a plug out to the Dollar Tree and to the 99-cent store. People don't know where to start. I tell everybody, if you go into one of those stores, go and pick up one of these little lights.
Okay.
Reason why, at night whenever we have no electricity because of the Santa Ana winds and because we lose our electricity. You want to have some kind of light. So you sit this out during the day, bring it in. If you have quite a few of them, you can light up your whole entire house. So it's just something we want people, instead of saying, oh, I have to have a generator, I have to, no, there's some little simple steps. Please go out, if nothing else, if you don't learn anything else from this, go and pick up one of these. Go to any of the big box stores and pick up any of the solar lights.
Yes.
And just remember to have them on hand, so just in case.
I got to say, you've empowered a lot of people right there. That is wonderful. That's wonderful.
Thank you. And
Thank
so if you had this, just think, you wouldn't have to worry about food either.
Wow.
We could, because of this, and I'm just going to say this last little segment, and I promise to leave you guys alone, but during the pandemic was considered one of these national disasters.
Right.
We have been stocked because we have things like this for 2 years. We would never have to leave our house if they locked us down for the 2 years.
This little jar of soup, about how large of a, how many people could eat off of this?
6.
6 people. Now, that's a savings there. Thank you. And I've tasted it. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Community gardens are a fantastic place to start your gardening processes. You met some wonderful people, the master gardeners. When you come down to the community garden to take a plot, they're going to be here to assist you. So please come down and join us. I'm your host, Morris Adams, for Empowering Voices. Thank you.